Hello viewers, welcome to my online class. Today I am going to discuss very important and basic grammar topics, identification of parts of speech. Dear listener, you are welcome back. Again, welcome back to my online class. I repeat it. Today I am going to discuss the identification of parts of speech, very important and basic grammar. The identification of parts of speech. So, dear listener, before discussing the identification of parts of speech, we have to know the definition of parts of speech. We have to know the definition of parts of speech. Dear listener, parts of speech means when the words of a sentence, when the words of a sentence are classified according to their qualities, they are called parts of speech. I repeat it, dear listener. When the words of a sentence are classified according to their own qualities, they are called parts of speech. Dear listener, let's have a look on my whiteboard. I am writing a sentence. I have a pen. I have a pen. This is a sentence. I is a pronoun. Have I is a pronoun. Have is a verb. Each. Somebody can say it's an article, but when you are asked what kind of parts of speech it is, you have to say it is an adjective. It is an adjective because here is an article A, and every article in a sentence works as a determiner. Every article A and B, every article works in a sentence as a determiner. So every determiner works in a sentence as an adjective form. So no doubt it is an adjective and pen is a noun. So we have got already, dear listener, noun, pronoun, adjective, verb. So it is clear to us that every sentence is consist of with different kinds of parts of speech. Dear listener, again I repeat it. I is a pronoun. Pronoun is a kind of word which is used instead of noun. Have no doubt is a verb. Yeah is a adjective and pen is a noun. So every sentence is consist of with different kinds of parts of speech. Without parts of speech, a sentence cannot be consist of. So dear listener, if we classify any kind of sentence, we will get in this way different kinds of parts of speech. So it is clear to us. Now we are going to discuss the classification of parts of speech. The classification of parts of speech. There are 8 kinds of parts of speech in our English grammar book. First is noun. Noun is a kind of word which describes. Noun is a kind of word which describes things, place, person, idea and quality. Noun mainly describes thing, place, person, idea and quality. Things means name of any kind of things such as book, pen, chair, bench. Place, Dhaka, Khulna, Bangladesh. It's a place. Person, the name of any kind of man or woman. And pronoun is a kind of word which is used instead of noun. Or a pronoun means the replacement of noun. Or pronoun is a kind of word which is used instead of noun. Such as he, she, they are the pronoun. next adjective. Adjective mainly describes a noun or a pronoun. Adjective is a kind of word which is used before noun and pronoun, and adjective mainly modifies the noun and pronoun, and they give us a clear idea about the noun and pronoun. Verb mainly expresses either action or a state of being. Verb is the action and the activities of the subject in a sentence. Verb mainly expresses either action or a state of being. And adverb, that is the adverb. Adverb mainly modifies. Adverb mainly modifies verb, adjective and adverb. In next class, I will give you the clear idea about them, because today's lesson or today's topic is identification of parts of speech. So, in briefly, I am giving the definition of the parts of speech and the kinds of parts of speech. Adverbs mainly modifies verb, adjective and adverb. Preposition, it makes relationship between noun, pronoun and other words. Preposition works mainly in a sentence and makes relation between noun, pronoun and other word. So preposition is a kind of word which before noun and pronoun, and it makes relationship with the other word in a sentence. So preposition is a kind of word which is used before noun and pronoun and makes relationship with the other word in a sentence. Now the conjunction. Conjunction means some word or group of word. Conjunction means some word or group of word which conjunct two or more than two clauses. Conjunction joins mainly some words or group of words. Conjunction is a kind of words which mainly conjunct two or more than two clauses. Interjections mainly expresses the strong feeling or emotion of mind. Interjection means expresses or its main word as an expression, or interjection expresses the strong feeling or emotion of mind. Now we are going our main topics, the identification of parts of speech. Let's have a look. Dear listener, let's have a look. On my whiteboard, I am writing some sentence. This first sentence. Look at the whiteboard, dear listener. First sentence, I go home. I go home. This is the first sentence. I go home. Here is the underlined word home. When you are asked what kind of parts of speech it is, what kinds of parts of speech it is. I go home. I go home. You are asked what kind of parts of speech. You have to say no doubt it's a adverb. So you can say why it is adverb why. Ask yourself a question. I go home. Ask yourself a question. Where do you go? Where do you go? Then you get answer. I go home. Go home. Home is a place. So no doubt is an adverb of place. Adverb of place. So when any kind of word give us any information of the place, this word is called adverb. And it is called adverb of place. Adverb of place. I go home. I go home, so home here is a adverb because it mentions the place. So When a word gives us any information about the place, this word is called adverb. Next sentence, I go to house. I go to house. I go to house. Here the underline word house. So when you are asked what kind of parts of speech it is, you have to say it is a noun. It's a key. What kind of parts of speech is? What kinds of parts of speech it is? It is a noun word. Why it is a noun word? Because when we get the singular, I repeat it. When we get the singular after preposition or after preposition, when we get the singular, this one is called noun. I repeat it, dear listener. When we will get a singular after a preposition, this one is called noun word. Noun word. So home and house is similar, but it's a different parts of it. So it is clear to us that, dear listener, it is clear to us that parts of speech or the parts of speech mainly depends the position of the word. Depends the position of the word in a sentence. Suppose I am teaching you now. This time I am teaching you. I am teacher. But when I go home and I will stand before my parents, I will be the child of my parents. When I will stand before my wife, then I am a husband. When I will stand before my children, then I will be a father. So it is clear, I am the same person, but my identity is being changed always because of my position. In the same way, the position of the word mainly depends on the parts of speech. The parts of speech mainly depends the position of the words in a sentence. Parts of speech mainly depend the position of the word in a sentence. And we will see another example. Water the garden. Water the garden. Water the garden. G-R-D. Water the garden. Here the underline word. Garden. What kinds of parts of speech dear listener? Water the garden. Water that's we have pour water or give water in the garden. So no doubt it's a verb. It's a verb. But in the next sentence, I will use the same word, water. I need some water. I need some water. I need some water. Here the word water. And if you are asked what kinds of parts of speech it is, you have to say it's a noun. It's a noun. In the first sentence, water was verb because here the water means pour water. But in the sentence, I need some water. I need some water. I am thirsty now, so I want to drink some water. I want to drink some water. It's a noun because some is a determiner. Some has a determiner. Some has a determiner. And every determiner we get after every determiner. After every determiner we get a noun. Because every determiner in a sentence work as an adjective form. So every determiner in a sentence as an adjective form. So some having a determiner and every determiner is a adjective. So after adjective we get noun. So what I had is noun. Some had is adjective and what I had is noun. And some is a word that has been used as a determiner. And every determiner works in a sentence as an adjective form. Dear listener, it is clear. Next, I am going to write down another example. Here is my school. Here is my school. My school. Here is the underlined word. And you are being asked what kind of parts of speech it is. School. What kind of parts of speech? You have to say it's a noun. You have to say it's a noun. What kind of person it is? It's a noun word because my is a possessive case. My is a possessive case. And every possessive case we get noun word. We get noun word. So not only is a noun. Is a noun. My is a possessive case. And every possessive case we get noun. Now after possessive case, noun word is used. And in the next sentence, he is a school boy. He is a school boy. He is a school boy. In the first sentence, school was noun. It's a in the first sentence, school is a word which has been used as a noun form. But in the next line, in the next sentence, the same word school, it has been used as an adjective form because it's an adjective. Because when we get a compound word, when two noun is used side by side, this word is called a compound word. When we use two nouns side by side, the first noun is called noun adjective. Noun adjective. When we use two nouns side by side, so first noun is called adjective and second noun is called noun. So school has an adjective. So school is a word which has been used as a noun adjective. Noun adjective. Next example: I talk to him. I talk to him. I talk to him. That's me. Underline out here. Talk. I talk to him. I speak with him or I talk to him. Here, talk is a part. It's a part. Pronoun is a part. But I have a talk with him. Next sentence, I have a talk with him. With him. In the next slide, I have underlined the same one. In the first sentence, talk has been used as a verb. But in the next sentence, in the next example, it has been used as a noun form. As a noun form because it is an article. So when after article, when we get a single word, after an article, when we use a single word, this single word is called noun. When we get a single word after an article, this word is called noun. So in the first sentence, talk has been used as a verb form. In the next sentence, it has been used as a noun form. Dear listeners, so it is clear. Article we use noun after article because article is used before noun and pronoun. Dear listener, will discuss with other more examples. I have come here. I have come here. I have come here. I have come here. There is an underline here. I have come here. Dear listener, here I have come here. What kind of parts of speech it is, dear listener? I have come here. Ask a question. Where do you come? Where have you come? Where have you come? you will get answer. I have come here. It is an adverb of place. It is an adverb of place. So here is an adverb. It is an adverb of place. It is an adverb of place. But the same word I will use in the next slide. Next example. I have gone. I have gone from here. I have gone from here. I have gone from here. From. In the first sentence, here has been used as an adverb. As an adverb. It is called adverb of place. But in the second sentence, it has been used as a noun form. As a noun, because for is a preposition. For each kind of preposition. When we get a singular, after a preposition, when we get a singular, this word is called noun. So not only it's a noun, not only it's a noun. As example, he lives in Chicago. He lives in Chicago. He lives in Chicago. Here is the underlined one, in. So in what kinds of parts of speech it is it? What kind of parts of speech is it? No doubtly it is a preposition. It's a preposition. He lives in Chicago. He lives in Chicago. In, no doubtly a preposition. But in the next line, we will use this preposition. Suppose come, coming. That's it. Come inside in a room. Coming. That's it. Inside. Coming inside. So here, in the first sentence, in here is the first sentence. It has been used preposition. But in the next example, it has been used as an adverb form because it mentions a place where then you will get inside or outside. You will get the answer. So in the sentence coming inside, coming. So it's an adverb. This is mentioned. This is a word. It is a word which mentions a place. So not only it's an adverb, it's an adverb of place. Adverb of place. Dear listener, it's an adverb of place. In the same way, we will discuss some other example. Dear listener, we have to discuss more and more examples. If we discuss more and more examples and analyze the example, then the parts of speech or the identification of parts of speech will be clear to us. And the next example, cow is a domestical animal. So here is the word cow. Dear listener, here is the word cow. Cow is a domestic animal. No doubtly, cow is a noun here. Cow has been used as a word as a noun form. Cow is a domestic animal. It's noun. But if we write down another example, we should not cow him. We should cow him at 9. At 9. Okay. We should not cow him. This is an auxiliary verb. This is a subject. Here the underlined word. Here is the underlined word cow. Here is the underlined word cow. In the first sentence, cow has been used as a noun form. But in the next example, it has been used as a principal verb. As a principal. We should not cow him at night. Her cow is afraid. Fear. We should not cow him. We should not cow him at night. Here is the Bengali word bhoy dekhano. So we should not cow him at night. These are auxiliary verb. And after auxiliary verb, we get the principal verb. So cow has been used as verb. Cow has been used in sentence as verb. It's a verb. So in the first sentence, cow has been used as noun. In the same word, in the next example, it has been used as verb. In the same way, dear listener, I will discuss another example. Dog is a faithful animal. 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 Here, dog no doubt is a noun. Very trusted animal. So dog here is no doubt noun. But in the next example, dog to the thief. Dog to the thief. Dog to the thief. Here is the dog to the thief. First sentence it has been used, and second sentence it has been. In first sentence it has been used as a noun, but in the second sentence or second example, it has been used as a verb, as a verb, because dog means follow here, or to catch the dog, to catch the thief, we have to run. So dog to the thief means follow the thief to catch. Follow the thief to catch. So dog means here follow. So it has been used as a verb. In the next example, I will give you more example, dear listener. Because today's topic is the identification of parts of speech. So I have already told you. The parts of speech mainly depends on the position of the word in a sentence. The same sentence in different in different sentence may be used in different way. Suppose he is poor. How he is poor. What kind of parts of speech is it? He is poor. No doubt it is an adjective. How he is? Accessory question. How he is poor. How is he? He is poor. These are adjective. But next example, the poor are not happy. Here is the poor. Common noun. Here the poor has been used as a common noun. When we use article D, definite article D, any kind of adjective, then this kind of adjective denotes the whole group of people, the whole classes of people. So the poor means all the poor in a society. So the poor has been used as a common noun. So Pour is a noun or here. So dear listener, in this way we have to think and we have to memorize the definition of parts of speech. If are able to memorize the definition of parts of speech, then you will get a clear idea of the position of the word. So I will discuss other grammatical term in my next class, dear lecturer. No more today. I will prepare another grammatical class. Until then, and take care. Bye.